What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the games department. Today we're going to be playing some F1 2020. Now if you're like me and you enjoy watching the F1 or racing sims at F1 circuits, we all have our favorite tracks. My favorite track by far is Spa. If you don't know what Spa looks like, it's this one. So this is the track from the Belgium GP. I really like this one. There's a bunch of nice tight turns as well as a lot of high speed turns. You get really quick on a lot of the straights. It's a really fun track to race at. And for anyone who doesn't know, last year in the 2020 series, Lewis Hamilton beat the lap record for Spa. So he took it down to a very modest 1 minute and 41 seconds. So I thought, why not jump into F1 2020, sit in a car with you guys and see how fast a 1 minute 41 actually is going around Spa. Okay, now that we're in F1 2020, I'm gonna go to time trial. We're gonna go F1 2020, and seeing as though it was Lewis Hamilton that broke the record last year, obviously racing for Mercedes, we're gonna use the Mercedes from the 2020 season and just see how close to this lap we can actually get. Okay, so let's jump over to Belgium. So this little map up here, this is Spa. So my PB for this lap is 1 minute and 46 seconds. Now I need to take off 5 seconds to match Lewis Hamilton's lap. I don't think that's gonna happen. I remember pushing pretty hard to get that lap time. I am not a great driver at all, but this is going to be the hardest thing that we're going to have to do. Alrighty, so this is Spa. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to quickly take you through the lap, show you what it looks like, show you what the track looks like in case you're unfamiliar with the course itself, and then we're going to try and do a faster lap and see how quick we can actually get. So we've just passed the finish line. This is the very first turn, which is a super intense hairpin, and then we come down to probably one of the most infamous parts of any F1 track in the entire F1 calendar. Come down to this super nice sweeping straight. We're pretty much going flat out at the moment. So I'm flat foot at the minute. We're doing 315 kilometers into a DRS zone into Kemmel Straight. And we're doing 330 kilometers an hour, which is an intense speed. Coming down to a nice tight little chicane here. I have to excuse me, I don't know the entire names for the entire course. I wish I did, but I don't. I always get mistaked and confused. And we come down now into a nice right-hand turn, which is a nice long one, but I know there used to be sand traps on where that white line sits on the left-hand side, so drivers I know used to struggle a bunch and go straight into the sand trap, especially if it was wet. We're going to come down to that nice little turn there, and then we have a hard double left, which again gets pretty much super intense speed, and that's flat foot pretty much the entire way through here. We have a nice another little chicane up here, just through this way. We got a nice right and a left, down into another right at the very end of this underneath the banner, and now this is where it starts to open up into a lot faster speeds as well. So you're pretty much flat foot all the way through this right hand corner here, all the way through these winding roads. Now we're going to be hitting about 330 kilometers an hour, 320 kilometers an hour, whatever we can really pull out of these cars in this last little final piece, all the way down to the very end where we have another chicane. But as you can see on the mini map on the left there, it is super tight. You're going to keep it nice and tight through here, and then you're back to the start. So we're going to take off as hard as we can through here, see how fast we can get our first lap, and then I might put in some hours, get some faster lap times, and we'll come back to a faster hot lap. So let's start our first one. We'll try and get some speed and go as fast as we can before really putting in some time to get some nice decent hot laps in there. So straight down really hard on that hairpin without going off the other side. Just lost it a little bit in the rear then. Down into 6th, up 7th, we're going to hit the 8th, straight through this part here. Now you're hugging either side. I'm flat foot going as fast as I possibly can, straight into a DRS zone. Hitting that DRS as quick as we can, try and pick up as much speed on Kemmel Straight before we hit that chicane. 330 kilometers is definitely not a speed to laugh at. We're going to drop down into 4th gear, hug this chicane as hard as we can. Try and lift off. Oh god, that wasn't great at all. That was a really bad entry. Drop down into 3rd, try and hug this around. Hit a late apex. That was terrible. The ghost car threw me off a little bit. Alright, we're going to come down to this double left. Hit into 8th. Lift off slightly, turn in. Really give it as much as we can. Try and be as smooth as we can. Now I'm chasing my PB ghost car, which is probably a really good incentive to try and get as fast as we can. God, this is not looking like a great lap at all. Really bad, super messy, not hitting any apexes that we definitely could have. But as I said here, we're going to be hitting as fast as we can coming through this last little section. I've realized now that it is a lot harder to commentate the entire lap and get a good speed, especially when I'm struggling to get good laps and the best of times. So we're coming down to this last little hairpin again. Now you go from 8th, doing 320 kilometers down to 2nd gear to hit this tight little hairpin, and you're full lock both left and right hand sides, back into a DRS zone, trying to shift up as quick as you can back to the line there. That was a 1 minute 48 second lap. That was terrible. Now you remember Lewis Hamilton did this last year, and he had a 1 minute and 41 seconds, which is a very, very impressive lap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do as many hot laps as I can before my brain absolutely melts into pudding, and we're going to see how fast we can actually get. So what I'll do is I'll cut back when I hit a faster lap than I thought I could get, and we'll have a look at it. So as I'm sure you can probably tell by my face during that hot lap, I busted my ass to get that. That's a 1:45.1, which was the fastest lap that I've done, and I've literally been doing this for hours. I don't think I'm gonna get any faster. In comparison, Hamilton's lap is a 1:41. I just hit a 1:45.1, and I feel like I'm the fastest person in the world. I have no idea how this machine of human gets a 1:41 in real life, not even in a simulator. It blows my freaking mind. Blows my mind. But I guess that is a true attest to what kind of athletes they are and how hard they work in not only learning the cars, but learning all of the tracks as well is insane to me. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe. We post videos every week, and you should definitely check them out. If you have done a better lap than a 1:45.1, leave me your times below. I'm very curious to see how I sit in the grand scheme of things. Probably on the lower end, but definitely would like to know in the grand scheme of things. So let me know what your lap times are below. Be sick. If you want to join us anywhere else like Discord, Instagram, anything along those lines, I'll leave all the links to our social media below. Don't forget to check it out. Also, we do stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at twitch.tv/thegamedepartment. Come say hello. Let me know you found this video and join the community because you owe it to yourself. Other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you have a good night. All right.